That one sounds better.
Probably tastes better too.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? I'm Hoser.
Jose?
Gustavo?
And this is Keggercast. I don't know if you might notice, it's a little more high tech than usual. Usually this is my whole studio right here, my phone. This is the sound and the camera and everything. But today, thanks to Jose Alejos from the Ivy Nerds, he brought in his equipment, so it should be a little better sounding, better quality podcast than usual. Anyway, today I'm here at the Comic Corner.
Collection Corner.
Sorry, I already screwed that up.
Don't worry, I've done it.
We're here in Calexico at the Collection Corner, located in the Paseo Mall.
El Paseo Center.
El Paseo Center. See, I keep fucking everything up. And we're here with the owner, Gustavo. Okay. And so first of all, I didn't know about this place until Jose mentioned it to me. So how long have you been actually open and running?
Well, actually, yesterday was our 5-month anniversary.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, we actually did a giveaway of a loot crate.
Nice. Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
A month anniversary.
But I mean, 5 months, and it's been great 5 months.
Good.
Hopefully we stay another 5 months and another 5 months, 5 months.
So is it going pretty good right now?
It's going pretty good.
Nice. That's good. Glad to hear that, man. I'll be honest. When I was younger, I was like a big comic nerd. I still love the movies and the shows and stuff. And I'm sure I would enjoy the comics when I get a chance to read them. I'm still a big Star Wars geek. I brought the wrong shirt. This is the Batman. I was thinking about wearing my Darth Vader shirt. That's why. But so yeah, I'm still a big Star Wars geek. But to me, the main problem was not so much the time, but I don't know. First of all, I'm unemployed right now, man. So I can't afford the comics. And when I was a kid, though, I remember. I mean, I used to not eat lunch just to take my lunch money to go buy comics. That's how cheap they were back then. And I'm talking obviously ancient history of the '80s, man. But yeah, so back then, I used to buy like 3 or 4 comics with just like 2 or 3 days lunch money. Now they're a little more expensive, but I think they're also more elaborate. What's the word I'm looking for? They're more sophisticated, right? They're also more sophisticated now.
Yeah.
Like, what's your favorite? I'm assuming you opened this up as a passion.
Yeah.
like, are you a?
Well, when we barely started, we actually only had figures. Even though it was a comic book shop, I didn't even have any comics when we opened, and I didn't even know anything about comics. If you tell me, hey, the Spider-Man issue where the first appearance of so and so, oh well, I don't know.
So what,
I'll just watch the movie.
So what led to you opening up this type of store?
Well, I mean, a passion for the characters, the Marvel, the Star Wars, DC.
But you were more into like the toys and stuff.
Yeah, I was more into the figures. But then I started getting into the comics, and it was when I was getting into the comics where I was like, all right, so I get it now. I get it why people like the comics, because especially the art, it's fantastic. But I mean, you're reading stories, and it's like you're reading, or you're reading like a new movie right there.
Yeah, and I think when I was younger too, I don't think the graphic novels existed. I think they were just comics.
Yeah, and I think that's something that has evolved. The graphic novels where you get the whole story in one book. Yeah, that's that's what I mean. I don't have time to read. Like you said, the time is one of the drawbacks of not being able to get into the comics. But if you get a graphic novel, and kind of like when you binge watch now, nowadays it's like you binge watch stuff and it's like. Then you wait like another year and get the other season, right? But yeah, like I guess we're more into that. I want it like the whole thing now. Like.
Yeah, cause I remember some of the stories like Secret Wars. That's one. Okay, and you have to buy like 80 comics to get the whole story. Cause they're all like, oh, next read on, Spider-Man 188 too. And I go, fuck, right. And the whole, I go, motherfucker. I bought Secret Wars because I want to read Secret Wars, man. And then he told me to go look at all these other comics. Yeah. But that's what the movies are like now too, right? I mean, that's what they're following basically. So were you a collector of figures and stuff before?
Yeah. I mean, I started with movie figures. Like the horror movie, the Jasons, the Freddy Kruegers. Yeah, the McFarlane ones. That's what I started with. Then I started with the Marvel figures, the DC figures. And I mean, it's more like I appreciated like the art. Yeah. Like the sculpture of the figure.
Yeah, I get it, yeah.
Rather than, I mean, I wasn't the one that
not the story or whatever.
Well, I mean, not opening the toys and playing with them. No. But it was more like appreciating like the sculpture of the figure, the way the figure looked.
Oh yeah, like when McFarlane first came out. I mean, that was what made them like so different. They look real and
they look real.
Yeah, I mean, those were awesome. And I've never actually bought one. I do have some of the sports ones, but yeah, I never actually like back then when they first came out. Never bought them. But now when I buy them, it's usually because I find them like at a thrift store or something.
That's also one of the. As a collector and myself, that's also one of the thrills, going somewhere and like finding something that they're selling for $0.25. Like, oh shit, they don't know what they have right now.
Exactly. But the drawback is that thanks to like
eBay.
Pawn Stars and
Antique Roadshow.
That one, Antique Roadshow, man. Yeah, thanks to that, fucking Pawn Stars, and then you like eBay, like you said. Now it's hard to find those treasures. Like some people, like they'll have like an open, scratched up, Star Wars figure. And then they'll say like, I don't know, like $20, and then they'll say, 25 on eBay. So you're getting
compared
a deal.
To eBay.
Yeah, you're getting a deal. You even go pawn shops now and they have that. They go,
oh really?
Yeah, like I went to a pawn shop in El Centro and same thing. They had like baseball cards, and then it said, $45. That's 55 on eBay.
That's so dumb. I mean, that you would even think of doing that. It's like if you went to Walmart and like they did this shit. Like,
buy these towels. They're $20 on Amazon. Oh man, but so now you say you read the comic books and stuff. What's your favorite comic, or your superhero, or anti-hero?
Well, I was always a fan of Marvel. Well, fan of both DC and Marvel, but I leaned more into Marvel because of the movies.
Yeah.
But with the comics, it's different. I lean more into the DC comics because they just look different.
Yeah.
You open a page and it's like, whoa, man, look at the detail. And I mean, it really gets you, you start reading the story.
Yeah, and then it seems like Marvel, they try to be more like humorous, than DC takes itself a little more serious, I think. Yeah. Even in the movies, but yeah, I guess when you're younger, you lean towards the the Marvel humor, like Spider-Man, like hurting himself. The real color. And then when you're older and you're like, oh wait, this is a good story. Wow, Superman is sad because dad's an alcoholic.
Yeah, DC. Well, like Batman, he's like Batman. The story is like dark, like his parents get killed. Yeah. Even Superman, he's an orphan. His parents are died too. So like, and
why do my parents have to live? Damn it.
So like I said, Marvel. I mean, even Peter Parker, he's an orphan because he lives with his uncles, right?
Yeah.
But he's more of a, he's a teenager. He's funny. He's
he's clumsy.
Deadpool's from Marvel too, right? So he's a jokester. It's like there's like night and day there in terms of the humor and the darkness. I lean more towards. I mean, I like comedy, but like when it comes to that, it's like. I guess there's more reason, like when it's the dark.
You would think someone that's gonna save you would take himself more seriously. You don't want a cop that's a clown. Yeah, exactly. You want a cop that takes his job seriously.
Exactly. Yeah, but I mean that's comparing the two comic worlds, I guess. But even I mean, in terms of comic books, there's like The Walking Dead. I mean, that came from a comic.
Yeah.
So it's like the comic book world is not only DC and Marvel. You know, it's like if you really get into it, there's a lot more stories that you can.
That's what I've learned from having the comic book shop. That there's a whole bunch of there's the Image Comics, Dark Horse Comics, but they got a whole bunch of like you said, The Walking Dead. Some people they still don't know that it's from a comic book.
Yeah. And then it's crazy when you think about like comics. I mean, there are certain things that you don't. Yeah, you understand promoting and marketing and stuff, but there's certain areas where you don't want to see like certain comics or something. Like you don't want to see the Walking Dead Funko like in bobblehead. What that? Wait, what?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be scary.
Yeah.
And then they make it look like a cartoon.
They're not scary anymore. They're cute.
Yeah. Look at this cute zombie.
Yeah, it's like the other day I went to Walmart and I was walking through the vitamin aisle, and then there's this big bottle that said men's, right? Like vitamins for men, and then underneath it said gummies. I'm like, really? You're like, I'm a man. I don't want gummies.
You don't want to go in there and get the Flintstone.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll admit I do want the gummies. I just will hide them. I won't admit it, except on this podcast. Apparently, otherwise, because there's only like 5 people that watch it anyway.
No, the thing you'll probably OD because you'll be like in the car eating the gummies. I die from ODing from vitamins,
on gummy bears.
Yeah.
That's why my problem. Like even with like cookies and stuff, it says like serving is 3. I go, no, sir, this is a serving, man. I bought a serving. How am I going to go eat 3 cookies, man?
Okay, if you want to sell me your serving, put them in packets of 3, right?
It'd actually be better for me if you sold them in 3s.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know what? I think I interrupted you before you even went to who your favorite comic your hero was.
Yeah, I didn't think it.
I didn't say one.
No, you started talking about DC, and then I interrupted you.
Yeah.
We went off on a tangent. Sorry, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know which one was.
Hey, we didn't come back to you for an I don't know, man.
Exactly.
No, but I mean, I think my favorite villain would have to be Deathstroke, even though he's not a villain. He's more like a mercenary, but I mean, I like him, I guess, because
anti-hero.
Yeah. But since he's like still human, but he's not really he's not really like super strong, or he can't fly, he can't run fast.
Yeah, it's similar to with me. Like mine, Marvel. Well, like Batman, first of all, no real superpower either. Yeah. But and then Marvel, for me, it was the Punisher. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Because same thing. He's an anti-hero, and he really has no superhero powers. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he hangs in there with them.
Yeah.
So do you remember like a toy from when you were a kid that you were like, oh, I love this toy?
That I actually had.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, like I mean, there were a lot of toys I wish I had. Like for me, when I was a kid, I remember to me the ultimate toy was the Millennium Falcon.
No.
And I never got it. Of course, my parents were like, "That's local." Here's Dagobah. It's only $15. And then Falcon cost like $80 or something. Even back then, it was like, what the? But yeah, so he buy me like a little Jabba the Hutt playset. Here you go, $10.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I never. Yeah,
I remember when I was a kid. I mean, I was a little bit spoiled, and I remember my parents got me this. It was a Justice League, like the headquarters.
Oh, the Hall of Justice.
the Hall of Justice.
The Hall of Justice, and you would open it, and it had like computers and elevator.
Oh,
It was nice. It was like this big, and they bought me a whole bunch of action figures. I had Superman, Batman, Robin, the Penguin, the Joker. Yeah, I had a whole bunch of action figures.
So it came with action figures.
I don't remember. I was like 4 or 5 when I got that.
Probably that.
And I took like for a kid that that opened his toys and play with them. I took good care of them, and because I used to live in LA, and when we came down here, I remember still having it. And then I grew up and it was just in my closet, and I don't know what my mom did with them, but now that I think, I was like, man, I took care of my toys, and if I had that, it's like, because I looked it up on eBay, and the whole set, pretty much what I had is like $1,000.
Yeah.
And it's open. It's not like, somebody has it in the box or whatever. No, like just the way I had it, it's like $1,000. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. I mean,
But
think about
see,
that too,
still something like that, I don't think you would have sold it. It's
Yeah.
still
Oh,
like
no.
you would have kept it, and it'd be like, damn, I have it.
Yeah, exactly. And also like nowadays, like also the reason a lot of people don't, the comics book are devalued is because of digital.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. I don't like even like people that buy books on their Kindles. It's like a book. You smell it, you touch it. It's like I mean, a book has like a distinctive smell, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like when you get a book, there's a smell that has that. I don't know. It makes the whole
It
experience
makes it authentic.
Yeah, there's an experience of reading a book and smelling it, feeling it, changing the page.
Yeah.
That you can't do it on a Kindle, like.
Just swipe it.
But you know what? I'm guessing that in the future they're gonna do that shit where the Kindle smells like a book.
Right.
It sucks because even like with pictures, people take like 1,000 pictures and they're just on their phone or on the cloud. Mm-hmm. But back in the days, you took a picture and you it was like a surprise, dude. Like, no, and it was a surprise because you didn't I would buy when I was probably 18. I would buy the disposable cameras, right?
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. And I would take a whole bunch of pictures and I would just put them in a drawer and then I'll pick one and take it to get developed. And it was like a surprise, you don't know what's in this camera,
How it
right?
came out, or you don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, especially when you have those disposable ones, because like you said, you take a picture and then you put it away. And like me, I didn't put it away on purpose. Like I would say, I'm gonna take this tomorrow to get developed, but then I just forget about it.
Yeah.
And then here I am 8 years later. Holy shit, what's this?
Yeah. They would stock up, pile up, and it's like, oh shit, I don't know when I took all these, pictures that you would take one because you didn't want to take all of them because it's gonna be a bunch of money, but you would take one and it's like, oh, I remember this day, that's. But nowadays, people take thousands.
Take a picture. No, take another one. I
Yeah,
don't like how that.
look, he's looking over there. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
Remember the pictures we took? What day? That one.
that one.
Yeah. But yeah, my favorite toy from as a kid, we kind of veered off. But my favorite toy that I remember as a kid was the Justice League, the
Hall of Justice.
Yeah, that was my favorite toy. What about you? You don't. I mean,
used
he's
to
still a
have-
kid. He's like 20.
Yeah.
I'm still a kid. I'm still collecting.
So, your favorite toy that you bought last year? Or what?
Yeah, he's like, you're like 20,
28.
20 what?
28.
28? Yeah. You're still in your 20s.
Nah, but I used to have a huge collection of the WWF things.
WWF.
Oh man, I used to have all of those. And like you said right now, when I started looking up on eBay how much they are now, and I was like, oh damn, if I still had that Ultimate Warrior, if I still had that Bret Hart, oh man.
So did you have the ring too?
I had the ring too.
Nice.
But these were the old figures, not how they look right now.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about.
These didn't even move. These were like, I mean, you had articulation in the arm, but that's it. But you couldn't move the elbow or nothing. They were like
they didn't have the kung fu grip.
Yeah,
Kind of like the Mexican ones that are just like this.
yeah. Those are other classic ones, man. Oh, but I remember, and there's a picture too, from Christmas, and it was like, it was Earthquake.
Oh,
I don't know if you guys remember him. He used to jump around in the ring, and then, his finisher was when they were laying it down in the ground, he would jump and sit on them.
Earthquake.
And I was like, that's the one I got for Christmas, and I was like, oh, like there's the Ultimate Warrior, there's all the other ones, and I got Earthquake. There's Hulk Hogan.
Really?
There's Macho Man Randy Savage. And
I put it-
Earthquake.
You're like, I wrote it down on Santa's letter. Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you. We were poor. They buy us like a WWF figure, and I guess it was when it wasn't clearance, or it was like, he's no longer WWF.
Yeah.
But like for the ring, I wanted the WWF ring, and my dad went and bought the ring that they saw at the linea with the big rubber bands, the nails.
Just like you, he improvised. He's like, it's the same thing. It's a ring.
It's
Dad, could you have just built it for me?
The concept is
It's vintage. homemade.
And I think they still sell those rings, man.
They do.
So it's still vintage. Vintage and modern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem is you can't date them because the old ones look the same as the new ones. So, do you have any like specials going on? Any like things going on within the next couple of weeks?
I mean, we got specials. I mean, every week or every day we post a lot of stuff on Facebook too.
Oh, cool,
Yeah.
cool.
We tell people, okay, we got these, buy one get one.
Well, the Facebook page to the site, to the episode.
There's a couple of people that I've told about the shop, and everybody that comes here, they're like, you know what? They're really friendly. Like you come here and you get into a conversation with Gustavo or his mom, whoever's here. You know how they say, shop local, and it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, you should, and not only because, I know Gustavo or whatever,
Completely
but,
agree.
They're friendly here, and if he doesn't have it here, he'll try to get it for you. That's something that he didn't mention, but, he has a lot of stuff here, and like I said, if he doesn't, he'll get it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, just the friendly, cause you can go to other stores, bigger stores, and the salespeople are always like pissed off or something, They've had a bad day or whatever. And here, I mean, every time I've come here, like, they're friendly, and that's something that everybody that I've sent here, they're like, oh yeah, they're friendly, they know their stuff, they talk about other things, or they're good people.
Where else are you gonna find those confetti eggs, dude? Like Kiss confetti eggs. You can't find Kiss confetti eggs anywhere else, man. Right here, the collector's corner, right here. That's awesome. I like those. I'm gonna buy a couple of those off you. I was actually going to ask you, and I should have, but I was going to tell you, hey, ask your mom to make one that looks like me, so I can pop in the beginning of
of each episode.
Yeah,
those
are cool.
Those Kiss ones are pretty cool.
The Stormtrooper ones. Like we got the Pennywise.
Yeah, I just saw those. Yeah, like shitload Pennywise right there. Yeah. Those are cool though. Those are really cool. I'm gonna take a picture of them, and I'll be putting them on the screen too. Then.
But yeah, you can't find those at Toys R Us or Walmart. For sure. For sure.
Collection corner exclusives.
Yeah,
there you
exclusives. But we have an exclusive here too.
Yeah, this is an exclusive, a Drake Black Customs exclusive that we're going to be raffling for these 2 weeks. Nice. So I mean, everybody who comes in and makes a purchase, they're automatically entered into the raffle.
Nice.
And we'll announce them on Sunday 2 weeks from now. And the one we're also planning on raffling or doing a giveaway on is this Deathstroke mask with the trade paperback of Volume 1.
Nice.
Cool.
Nice.
Cool.
Okay, well, yeah, we'll definitely put that out and push it out there for you, man. Gustavo, thank you for coming on.
Joe.
Jose, thanks for setting this up and for helping us out with the sound and everything.
No, you're welcome.
People, I just hope that, the few viewers I have don't expect this type of sound and video quality for all the episodes. Anyway, thanks for watching. Till next time, shut up, bitch! I think that was a good show, man.
It was fun.